Just loaded up another truckload of wood. My first truckload was piled a little higher in the middle. And this is how much wood I got. First truckload is, what is that? 1 1/3 rows of logs. It's always exciting to be stacking firewood in the winter while you're still burning firewood. This is not work that I want to do in July. Still working on the landscaping on this wall. So I spread out some soil, some garden soil, and you can see I already spread grass seed, and now I'm sort of raking it in over here. Just sort of getting it to go under the surface or just partially under the surface. So now I want to put some straw on it, but instead of buying some straw, we'll just go down in the field and get some hay that the sheep have been leaving behind. So I'm about to head back over and work on cutting more firewood. I think right now I'm just gonna move logs over to near the splitter. The splitter, brand new carburetor, was leaking gas. It was filling full of gas and leaking out through the air filter. So I'm not great at that kind of stuff. Victor is hopefully gonna come help me. He is planning to, and see if we can fix that. Hopefully it's not the carburetor and we have to order another one, but they come in 2 or 3 days and they're really cheap. $16 for a carburetor. So this is 2 loads of wood. I'm guessing because we gotta fill it up higher, I'm guessing it's gonna be about 10 truckloads to fill this thing all the way up, and that'll all be gone by then. Warmer and wood has been burning slower, so I think this will last me minimum 4 days, maybe as many as 8 days, the way it's been burning lately. Yeah, my eye itches a little bit. I got poison ivy in my eye. Since we've lived here, is this the 3rd or 4th time maybe that I've gotten poison ivy in my eye? It's not even spring, you know, we don't even have any poison ivy coming up yet, but it's the roots. So I was digging a small hole with my hand and I was thinking there might be poison ivy roots in here. And then a minute later, totally didn't even think about it anymore. And a day or so later, I realized that I was getting it on the back of my hand, which you don't hardly see any at all on the back of my hand. But then I was rubbing my eye and just got it all messed up. Here's the tree, still cutting, still got a bunch of wood up here, and I still got almost 2 whole trees of wood behind this giant stump, which is a whole tree of wood itself. But this is my 4th truckload, so I'm pretty excited to be getting a lot of this wood over to the house. And say you order some wood from someone, they don't stack it up all nice and neat like this. So this is probably like a load and a half or even more. They just throw it all in every which way so that it looks like a whole bunch of wood, but it's not. But that's what we expect when we get a truckload of wood, is that You just get a scattered bunch of wood in the back of a truck. If you've been following the tree cutting, I'm coming down the home stretch. Here's the top branches. Here's the main part that's gone. And then here's the stump. Not really the stump. I mean, it's still like a 20-foot long stump. And then these branches were like smaller trees going out, that one and this one. So I've cut all that up. And then I sort of cut up the branches and just left them in some piles here. This thing is huge. And you can see almost 30 feet of stump left. It's pretty hollow down there. And we'll be done with this one. And then I got another tree I think is even bigger than this one. Let's see. How long is that? So I've been getting my wood together to work on the shed. I want to extend it. I took these boards off. I bought my lumber. I bought my Lowe's lumber and here's my lumber yard lumber and my Lowe's lumber. I put this post right up against the other post so that I'll have something to lean that support rafter or whatever you want to call it across to the next part over here. I think it's going to be about 9 feet. I think these two sections are about 8 feet. I might make this last one about 9 feet. So it'll just add 50%, you know, like one of these compartments onto here. I see that it's leaning just a little. Might not be the most secure design. Maybe when I get a new end on it, I can put some cross beams on it to strengthen it. Put like an X shape on the side. I've been watering this area and trying to get the grass to grow. There we go. When you plant something, it's exciting to see it coming up. These are as tall as the side of my finger. I'm sure a whole bunch of grass is gonna start coming up through all that straw before long. Oh, I can see some right there. Spring is springing. This little tiny peach tree is so beautiful. I'm trying to look at some of the bees, but the wind is blowing so hard that they keep blowing off. I'm glad the blossoms haven't blown off that tree. Some of these back right here past this cart, the blossoms have blown off. We've just had some really windy storms the past couple days. Actually, this year has been very windy. The first year we moved here, was that 4 years ago? It was very windy, but then we've had a year or so in between. It wasn't too bad. But this year has been so windy. We've had the lawn furniture flying out across the ground, cushions flying off into the woods, and we have to go looking for them.